Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. I'm in a little laneway here called Bulletin Place, and I remember coming here maybe close to 40 years ago, where there was a club up the end here called The Basement, and I remember coming up here and enjoying an evening or two, but I'm not sure if the basement is up and running at the moment, but it is a very, very lovely part of the city down near Circular Quay. So let's go on a walk and talk. We'll check out this little beauty here. Wow, what a machine. Love to have something like this to ride around. But let's head off and go up to the northern part of this little area, and as you can see, it's quite pretty. These old buildings which are laden with character, with their restaurants still underperforming, I'd imagine, with COVID-19, but it won't be long before these places take off and are back in vogue. So the book summary that I want to go through today is entitled My Stroke of Insight by Jill Bolte Taylor. And Jill is a person who suffered a stroke many years ago, which knocked out her left side of her body, her left brain. I'm not sure which side of the body it knocked out. From what I understand is when you lose capacity in one hemisphere of your brain, it's the other hemisphere that is knocked out. But let's just go through this book and see where it leads us. And the key message that comes from this book is that peace is only a thought away. That's the key message that Jill tries to pass to us, and what she's basically saying is that it's all about mastering the right side of the brain in order to get to a place of peace and harmony. I've just realised that Mary's is here, so I'll be coming up here for lunch after I finish my fast for Easter, because Mary's has some pretty good chicken schnitzel burgers from what I recall. My son-in-law Will is a fan, and he keeps on reminding me of how important it is to eat good schnitzel. Good snitty is what Will reminds me of. So what's the first point to come out of this book? I'll just grab a little position here where I can just chill out. There's this massive anchor that's presented up here in front of the Customs House bar. So I'll just chill out here and just see where it takes us. So the first point that comes out of this book is that your brain can heal itself and change itself in many ways. And that's because of the concept of neuroplasticity, because from the time we're born to the time that we die, our brains are always changing and learning and reshaping and restructuring. And the key message for each and every one of us, the most empowering thing of all, is to know that the change, the degree of change and the amount of change and the rate of change is entirely up to us, each and every one of us. The next point that the author makes is that you feel like just one person, that you're just one person, but your brain is really two totally different parts which work independently of each other and with each other. So the left side of the brain, just so that we understand how each hemisphere works, predominantly the left side of the brain deals with language, with numbers, and allows us to see patterns and perceive time in the world. Whereas the right side of the brain, the other side of the brain, is where we have our sensory perception, where we can see the big picture and we can live in the present moment without worrying about the past or worrying or being anxious about the future. So this is the crux of this book. The crux of this book is to understand that by tapping in to your right brain, or the right side of your brain, you're able to gain a level of presence, a level of peace, a level of harmony that is not available to those who are predominantly left brain. But because her left side was out of action due to the stroke, her right brain was neither scared about the present or fearful about the future. So she had a revelation, I guess you could say, that not being able to access her left side for a number of years due to her illness, her stroke, she was able to live right brain for quite a while, and that experience in itself taught her that she didn't fear the present nor the future, which is quite empowering. And unless she had this accident, then she wouldn't have had this revelation and wouldn't have been able to present this material to us, which is quite empowering. So the author also tells us that we have the choice. We have the choice to opt out of many negative emotions and choose to feel mostly positive instead of negative. It's a choice that we can make. And by being right-brained, or using the right hemisphere of your brain, you can tap in, as I said before, to your mindfulness, being able to be present in the moment without being distracted by things that have happened in the past or worries about the future. And this whole mindfulness thing, according to the author, is really powerful because it enables you to achieve a sense of peace, a sense of wholeness, and a sense of calm. And it also teaches us that by tapping into the right side of your brain, you can get an emotional breather from all the stresses and strains that have happened in our lives, that are about to happen, or all the distractions that are currently in our lives. So I guess I'll leave it there. It's a simple sort of book, but it's a book that has a call to action. And that call to action is to learn how to grow, develop, and change your brain. Learn how to focus your brain on the left or the right hemisphere, and how to leverage both hemispheres at the same time in order to achieve certain outcomes, and to know that the right side of the brain is the one that can lead you to peace, harmony, tranquility. And it's the part of the brain that I think that through meditation and prayer and isolation we can achieve, or we can tap into, in order to feel more spiritual, I guess the word is, rather than looking for patterns and looking for numbers and words and all of those things. So it's tapping into our sensory perceptions to be able to become one with our spirit, with our soul, with God, with our prayers, with our environment, so to speak. So a very, very powerful lesson, a very powerful book, and something that I hope that you're able to take something from. So let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. I'll head back to work now. So to my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable, and wherever possible, let's stay peaceful, calm, and to achieve that, we need to get into a state where we are accessing the right side of our brain, accessing the sensory perceptions. So there's a lot of interesting things around here. Let's just capture this over here as well. So I look forward to coming to you again later on this morning from a different location with a different message, a message of empowerment. And this is how this area once looked. There's the obelisk in the picture, and the obelisk in reality. So what else can we garner from here? There you go, a bit more information. So I look forward to coming to you again from a different location with a different message, a message of empowerment, where we can live, learn and pass it on, where we can be the wind beneath our wings, and to help us get through the morning, get through the day, get through the lifetime, and to make the most of OPE, other people's experiences, such as the book summary that we covered today, the book which was entitled My Stroke of Insight by Jill Bolte Taylor. Anyway, take care and peace to everybody. Yasas, Filakia from Jim on Jim's 5am Club. Bye.